Your second exercise is going to be speed deadlifts. You want to perform explosive singles at anywhere from 50 to 70% of your 1 repetition maximum. And remember, because this is dynamic effort, the main objective for the box squats and the speed deadlifts is And now that we have completed set number 1, we're going to go ahead and we're going to discuss the conjugate method. The conjugate method is something that was created by world-renowned powerlifting coach as well as one of my teachers, Louie Simmons. He's the founder of Westside Barbell, or was the founder of Westside Barbell. Unfortunately, he passed away. And the conjugate method, it basically encompasses 3 basic methods. You have the max effort method, the repetition method, and the dynamic effort method. The max effort method, this is where you are lifting a maximal or near maximal load. The repetition method is where you are lifting a submaximal load for time under tension or lifting to failure. And then your dynamic effort method is where you are lifting a submaximal load for speed. So this one is where bar velocity is important. You want to get that bar up as quickly as possible. And the way that you would periodize the program is it is a weekly plan. With regard to the weekly plan, you're going to be training Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Monday is going to be your max effort squat and deadlift day. Wednesday is going to be your max effort bench press day. Friday is going to be your dynamic effort squat and deadlift day. And then finally, Sunday is going to be your dynamic effort bench press day. During subsequent rest periods, I'm going to go over each of the different training days and explain how exactly you could periodize each one. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and do set number 2. And now that set number 2 has been completed, let's discuss day 1 of the training split, which is going to be your Monday, and it's going to be your max effort squat and deadlift day. With regard to the max effort exercise guidelines on your max effort squat and deadlift, your first exercise is going to be either the squat or deadlift. And with regard to this exercise, you want to work up to a 1 to 3 repetition maximum. Then your second exercise is going to be a supplemental exercise. With regard to a supplemental exercise, it is meant to focus on a weak point. So it should be nice and synergistic with your max effort exercise. It should be complementary, and it should help to add to your max effort lift. Typically, you're going to do something in the 3 to 5 set of 6 to 12 repetition range. And on squat and deadlift day, you want to pick an exercise that is going to help to strengthen your glute and hamstrings, your lower back, or your abdominals. Your third exercise is going to be an accessory exercise. With regard to the accessory exercise, this is going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 15 repetitions. And on squat and deadlift day, we want to pick an exercise that is going to help to focus on core stability. So we would want to focus on some abdominal exercises or some lower back exercises. And then your fourth and final exercise is going to be an other exercise. Your other exercise, this is designed to be something like either prehabilitation, it should add volume to your workout, or it should be some type of progressive recovery. So on your squat and deadlift day, this could be something like lat work, it could be grip training, it could also be something like neck training, but those are going to be your 4 exercises for your max effort squat and deadlift day. During the next rest period, we're going to get into your Wednesday workout, which is going to be the max effort bench press, but let's go ahead and finish up set number 3. And now that we have completed set number 3, let's discuss day 2 in the conjugate method, and that is going to be your Wednesday or your max effort bench press day. With regard to your max effort bench press day, the structure is going to be the same. We're picking 4 exercises. The first exercise is going to be your max effort exercise, and this is going to be some type of bench press variation where you are going to work up to a 1 to 3 repetition maximum. Then your second exercise is going to be a supplemental exercise. This is where you're going to focus on your weakest point. So this should be complementary to your max effort exercise, and it should help to add lift to your max effort exercise. Generally, 3 to 5 sets of 6 to 12 repetitions is what is recommended. And on your max effort bench press day, you would want to pick exercises for tricep strengthening. Your third exercise is going to be your accessory exercise. This, once again, is going to be 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 15 repetitions. That's just a general guideline. And on your max effort bench press day, this is going to be something to focus on either lat and upper back exercise strengthening, or you want to pick something to strengthen your shoulders and chest. And then your fourth and final exercise is going to be your other exercise. For your other exercise, again, we're focusing on either prehabilitation, we're going to add volume to the workout, or we want to focus on some type of progressive recovery. So on your max effort bench press day, this could be something like focusing on rotator cuff strengthening. We could focus on upper body sled training. We could even do something like forearm training. But that is how we would structure the max effort bench press day on the Wednesday. During the next rest period, we're going to start getting into the dynamic effort squat and deadlift day. But for right now, let's go ahead and bang out set number 4. And now that we have completed set number 4, let's discuss day 3 in the conjugate method training split. This is going to be Friday, and it is going to be your dynamic effort squat and deadlift day. With regard to the exercise guidelines, your first exercise, you want to do something like a box squat. And generally, you're going to do somewhere in the neighborhood of 6 to 8 sets of 2 repetitions using 40 to 60% of your 1 repetition maximum. Then your second exercise is going to be speed deadlifts. You want to perform explosive singles at anywhere from 50 to 70% of your 1 repetition maximum. And remember, because this is dynamic effort, the main objective for the box squats and the speed deadlifts is bar velocity. So you want to get that bar up as quickly as possible. Then your third and fourth exercise are going to be the same as your max effort days. You're going to pick an accessory exercise and you're going to pick an other exercise. For your accessory exercise on squat and deadlift day, we're going to pick something to focus on either abdominal strengthening or lower back strengthening. And then for your other exercise, this is going to be your prehabilitation, added volume, or something to focus on progressive recovery. So on your dynamic effort squat and deadlift day, this would be something like either lower back training. We could also do something to focus on our grip training and also do some stuff for the neck. But that is how we would structure the dynamic effort squat and deadlift day. During the next rest period, we're going to get into the dynamic effort bench press day. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and bang out set number 5. And now that all 5 sets of deadlift has been completed, let's discuss day 4 in the conjugate method training split. And that is going to be your Sunday or your dynamic bench press day. With regard to the exercise guidelines, your very first exercise, you are going to pick some type of bench press variation. And with the bench press variation, you want to work up to 8 sets of 3 repetitions using approximately 45 to 60% of your 1 repetition maximum. And you want to switch up the grips. You want to use 3 different grips all inside of the rings. So if you want to focus a little bit more on chest and shoulders, you can take a little bit of a wider grip. If you want to focus on a nice compromise between chest, shoulders, and triceps, you could do something like a biacromial bench press. And if you want to get even more tricep recruitment, you could do something like a narrow grip. Also, we could switch around and focus on supinated grip. If you end up doing a supinated grip, it's going to be great for scapular stabilization. So if you have a very, very dysfunctional scapula, play around with a supinated grip variation of the bench press. Then your second exercise is going to be the supplemental exercise. With regard to your supplemental exercise, this is going to be an exercise, again, that is going to help you focus on your max effort lift. It should add a little bit of volume to it, and it should be complementary to your max effort lift. With regard to your bench press day, you would want to focus on tricep strengthening. So if you have really, really weak triceps, you would do anywhere from 4 to 6 sets, and the repetitions could be anywhere from 8 to 12. And then with regard to the actual working set, you want to work up to a nice heavy set of 5 repetitions. Your third and fourth exercise are going to be the same as they were on your max effort days. Your third exercise is going to be an accessory exercise. For your accessory exercise, this is going to be something like focusing on lat and upper back strengthening, or it could also be something where you are going to focus on your shoulders and your chest muscles. And then your fourth and final exercise is going to be your other exercise. For your other exercise, this is where we are going to focus on rotator cuff strengthening, some upper back sled or some upper sled training, or we could also focus on something like forearm training. So this day is dedicated toward, or this exercise is dedicated toward prehabilitation, or we're going to be adding volume to the workout, or we're going to focus on progressive recovery. But that is how we would structure the fourth day, which is going to be the dynamic bench press day. Now that all 5 sets have been completed, it is time to move on to exercise number 2. That was just a tiny taste of what can be found in my members only section. If you enjoyed it, become a member for only $5 a month to get access to hundreds of member only videos.